Yes, thanks. Well, he may have only been world champion for a matter of days, but already talk is turning to who Nathan Cleverley will face in his first defence. Lots of possible contenders being touted, including one face familiar to fight fans here in Wales.
Something I've been waiting for since I was 11 years of age. Since I first laced on the gloves, I said I was going to be world champion. And here it is, I'm world champion. You know, it's been a great experience, and it's one thing is saying it, and another thing is going out and making it reality. And I've done that on Saturday night, and I'm delighted.
The 24-year-old adding the world belt to his British, Commonwealth and European titles, and forced to do it the hard way. Jürgen Bremer, his original opponent, failing to turn up. Replacement Tony Bellew failing to make the weight, despite talking a good game. Attention now turning to the first defence, with another Welsh world champion in the frame. Enzo Maccarinelli, the former cruiserweight king, says he's keen. Cleverley's not convinced.
He's had 5 defeats. He's coming off a bad knockout loss, and I beat Maccarinelli, and people will say, you know, you've beat someone who's come off a loss, and you know, I want to fight someone who I've got something to gain, like an American Trevorrous Cloud, who's an undefeated fighter. He's got the IBF version of the world title.
Whoever's next, Nathan can be content for now with being one of the biggest boxing names on the world stage. Yes, well done to Nathan.
And I'm glad to say that Nathan is here with his belt. Well, congratulations, Nathan. It must be fantastic to finally have the belt and know that you've won it in the ring. Awesome feeling.
Since I first laced on a pair of gloves, since I was 11 years of age, this is the moment I've been waiting for, to be crowned world champion. And, you know, it's a dream come true.
How do you feel your life's going to change now? Because, again, you're at the top of the pile now and everyone's going to want to knock you off. Exactly.
I'm a big target out there now. I've got the world title. And once you've got the world title, people are going to start calling you out and want to fight you, because it's a big prize at the end of the line. So, you know, but I'm prepared to take on all comers, and you know, I'm ready for the big names. You know, I really want the big names in the division.
Go on. Who do you fancy?
Well, Trevorrous Cloud is an appealing name. He's an American name. He's an undefeated fighter, and he's got the IBF version of the world title. So he'd be a great fight.
Do you want to leap in this quick, or would you rather have maybe a few more easy, regular defences before going in against one of those really top names?
If the fight was offered, I would take it straight away. But I think I'll end up having 1 or 2 defences of the belt, and then we can look at one of those big names then.
Bernard Hopkins, another name who's been mentioned. We know all about him, having followed to Welsh boxing over the last couple of years. I mean, credible that he became a world champion at 46 on the weekend. Would you fancy taking him on?
Yeah, he's the oldest ever world champion at 46 years of age, but he's still in great shape and he's still a good fighter. And he's #1 at the moment, and he's the long-term target.
And I mean, really interesting as well that your former teammate Enzo Maccarinelli also thinks that you ought to have a fight against him. Interested in that?
I've only been home an hour, and you know, I've been called out already. So you know, you never know what can happen. But at the moment, you know, I've got bigger names on my radar, and fights where I can gain something like Trevorrous Cloud, and you know, they've got a world title, and they're big money fights.
So now you're world champion. How bothered are you about legacy, kind of how people will think of you, say, in 10 years' time?
I think I'll be remembered as a great champion for our country, you know, and I'll put my heart and soul into boxing and putting in great performances for the fans, and you know, just continue enjoying fighting and doing our country proud, and remaining world champion.
Well, Nathan, you did a great job on Saturday. Congratulations. Thanks very much for bringing the belt in, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
Cheers.